Hey, everybody. It's Alexander A. Manzoni with Manzoni in the Morning. All right, it's election day, so I hope you made the right choice. Vote, vote, vote. All right, I got some new poetry for you. Very nice. Very cool, very cool. Hope everyone is doing good today, especially with all the craziness going on, all the political ads. They're driving me bonkers. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Okay. So we're going to start out with a series of new poems. We're just going to start from the first new one and just keep going until I get to the election day one. Excellent. Yes. This is called Every Day is a New Injustice. Every day it seems to beget new injustice. And it is not just me who notices. The inconsistencies, irrationalities, improbabilities. Yet I am the one who is crazy. Simply another lazy millennial. The dominoes, they continue to fall. While half the country raises hell, screaming, build that wall! Especially since China has a bigger one. And the nationalists are therefore emasculated, gelded horses, resound with foul epithets and curses. The dominoes, they fall with a click, click, clack. The cracks are there in your foundation. Lamentations of globalization. To them, it's either America first or America worst. No ground seems to exist in between. A child wrapped in a metallic space blanket dreams of freedom. We are not the only ones. The children, they are on the run when they haven't yet been imprisoned. The sun burns red on the horizon. Thank you. Boom. Gonna go right to the next one. There is evil around the bend. There is evil around the bend. It must be met head on, my friend. Do not fall victim to despair, to temptation. Don't give up, even when life seems to be without concrete meaning. Dreaming of a better world, with little more than notebooks than laptops tuned in to the frequency. Progressive push, the blue wave. May it become a tsunami. Which is a statement that is politically incorrect. We must resurrect our species. For we are becoming mad demons, capering with extended tridents impossible to conceal. What is real, I ask myself daily? Is our democracy fading? Minority rule, division as a tool, the threads they unravel from the spool, and I sometimes think that I simply can't keep going. There is evil around the bend. Heaven, please send some guardian angels to protect us, to maintain the balance of love. Above and beyond what we had ever thought possible. May that balance tip towards good. Would the dark god cruciate approve? Or will fate play out differently? Light versus shadow, what path shall you ultimately follow? Listen to the crack of hollowed bones. The battlefield is now our home. While devilkin hurl igneous stones. Gloam, the twilight hour is approaching, and it matters little if you are prepared. The stench of blood fills the air. We're going to need much more than a mop bucket. Fuck it. Boom. Been writing a new poem almost every day this past week or two. A lot of stuff happening around me, and I'm watching all this divisiveness going on. People are just splitting themselves into two parts. Either you're the super liberal or you're the crazy conservative. No room in between. Anybody who doesn't fit the bill will be jettisoned at the first stop. I wish that this country realizes its faults and votes the right way this election day. That wasn't part of a poem. Okay. If you haven't voted, you better get your ass out there. And if you got to stand in line, well, bring a book. That's what I say. This is the MAGA bomber. There are bombs in the mail. A new terrorist threat. A far-right Ted Kaczynski with a severe chip on his or her right shoulder. The evil it has presented itself bolder than ever. Never did we think that we would be living in a world like this. Schools of fish, sardines scramble to avoid the shark in its gaping maw. How far shall we fall, hung up on who we allow in our bathroom stalls? Embattled are we in discourse and in practice. What is this? The FBI has just arrested a suspect. Unsure as of now their identity, will these revelations provide an indemnity? I don't care about yous, says he. What about me? An epithet from the white man. Let it become an epitaph. Here is a graph to confuse and confound your sensibilities, giving the benefit of the doubt to those who do not deserve so, while you also hurl stones at whoever does not fall in line with your isolationist, nationalist worldview, claiming Hitler never killed the Jews and the world is flat. Your views, they are crap. Based on what? Conspiratorial, rambling social media blogs and podcasts? One cannot breathe with their heads in the sand. Ruffling ostrich feathers, long neck extended into the surface. Of course a few atrocities are going to slip by. We need to do more than simply ask why. This one's a fun little number. The Republicans have their elephant. The Democrats have their donkey. But as of the late, I've come to think of the Republican Party would be better represented by a troop of red-assed baboons. Here's a poem, Red-assed Baboons. Trees disappear into the early morning mist, less than 2 weeks before the November midterms. What have we learned? Aside from how to turn into monsters, how to lock up children in 3 easy steps. Paperback available on the website. polishing combat boots to a gleaming light. Our missiles blow up buses of Yemeni school kids. We have never been so threatened. Don't you know that those kids, they will grow into the bodies of disenfranchised adults? So I guess the plan is to never allow them that option. We'll wipe the floor, the world clean of all of them. Are you listening, my friend? Our world war economy is never ending. Bombs, they are big business. 9/11 sealed the deal when I was still in high school. I am now 32 and feeling as blue as ever. Sever the ties with the lies, the liars, tycoons. They are maddened troops of red-assed baboons. Sad to say, the real baboons are altogether friendlier than they. While the true terrorists, white terrorists, are gaining ground, I gaze around to see whose eyes are, in fact, open. It remains clear that this system is broken. And it's gonna take a lot of votes to change. Doesn't it seem strange the way that this has all been transpiring? They're crying out, fake news, at every move. What else do we have to lose except our freedom? Maybe our own lives, too. They will mail bombs to you when you appear on their radar. Be prepared to leap from the moving car. Tuck and roll and hope you don't bust your head. The fates of the truth. It remains to be said. Our country breaks bread with decapitator executioners. Chop them up in the town square. Once removed, they are grabbed by the hair and presented for display. It keeps the people on their toes. Don't you know the hateful rhetoric, it will not slow. The discontent grows. The sun, it rises behind a murder of crows, while the red-assed baboons compete with one another for dominance, slinging muck and drawing blood with biting fangs. Hungry for power, their pangs are uncontrollable. I hope you voted, and if you're in Spokane and Eastern Washington, I hope you voted for Lisa Brown because Kathy McMorris Rogers. What a load of crap. I'm tired of this shit and all the shit that keeps coming out of those Republicans' mouths. Oh yeah, they're gonna protect people with pre-existing conditions. Oh, just give us a chance, we'll take care of that when, vote for us, and when you vote for us, then everything will be taken care of. The Republicans know how to take care of the common man, obviously. I think it's hilarious how they have positioned themselves as the party that's looking out for the common man, common white man, you mean, when it's a party led by billionaires who want nothing more than just to get tax breaks. And sure, the left has the Hollywood ultra elite, those people up in New York City that, we're so fancy, we're the fanciest, and they're just, it's not a good representation of the left as a party of the people. It's funny, the Republicans are the party of the people, as long, but anytime the Democrats are saying we're party of the people, they're like, communists, you're a bunch of communists in bed with those dirty Russians. Who's in bed with the Russians now? I can't wait until Robert Mueller wraps this investigation up, and I know that they're waiting until after the midterms to do anything, and I hope it's the right thing. But given the way things have been going, I'm sure it won't be exactly what we wanted or what anyone wanted. So we'll just have to cross our fingers and hope that justice prevails over evil. Evil, the Klan, the Nazis, all of those motherfuckers. Fuck the Nazis. All these shitheads, guys with red hats and red suspenders, goose stepping down the street. Ooh, hike, hike, hike. Fuck you. Fuck you, Nazis. God damn it. Well, nationalist is a dirty word. Yeah, it is a dirty word. Okay? There were bad people on both sides. Yeah, I see who the bad people are. The guy who ran over the person in front of that damn Confederate statue. Who were the bad people? Maybe it was the murderer. I don't encourage the terrorism. Da, 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 da. Nothing I say affects the world. And then he says something, and then there's a bomber there. Here's another guy shooting a bunch of Jewish people in a damn synagogue. And it all represents what he represents. And it is a big pile of shit. Driving a man mad. And you know what? I think that's what they're trying to do, is to drive us so crazy that everyone on the left just goes and jumps off the fucking bridge. Just, we all do a, it'll be like the end of It's a Wonderful Life. Oh, now, I don't know if I should keep living like this. Well, you're going to have to try, because either get up or get your ass moving, or I'm going to tie this rope around your ankles and throw you right off myself. This migrant caravan, they're coming for you. And the Republicans, they want you to think that they're going to be at your doorstep with guns, with the gangs, and they're going to do whatever it takes to destroy you and your family and you know, abduct your children and get your daughter and impregnate her with 10,000 gangland babies. So that's why they must be stopped. I don't agree with these views. I don't. They seem very destructive and hateful to me. But what are they saying on the internet? The Democrats are so hateful. The progressives, you couldn't believe the hate of these angry mobs. You know what an angry mob is? It's the majority. The majority is coming for you. And, well, hopefully, because the reality could be that so many people have been disillusioned that they're just have given up entirely on politics altogether. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to be responsible if my vote, makes something happen that I don't like, and then people ask me why I voted for it. Ridiculous. Fear-mongering is out of control. All these podcasts full of assholes. So, like the Manzoni in the morning, I just got to get the message out there because there's so many loudmouth motherfuckers like Alex Jones. And then you got people like Pat Robertson on fucking the Christian Broadcasting Network shitting out of his mouth every day, telling people that what they see is not real. It is real. It is. Painfully fucking real. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do a daylight savings time poem. Daylight savings time. It should be a crime to mess with the aspect of time. Failed rhyme, failing idea. How many die on their way to work? Their world was shifted by writ of Ben Franklin, who had a lot of great ideas that have not seemed to age well. In another universe, Jimi Hendrix was master of the glass harmonica, amplified and blasting through rotating speakers. The clock keeps ticking. The world keeps shifting. We are doing more than simply existing. A poetic treat. Fall to your knees and breathe. You will not believe what lies in store. Blind and crawling upon the floor. The whore on the corner speaks the truth much more than the boar ranting two booths over. Take cover, discover the four-leaf clover. What luck! Had it fallen off the back of a box truck, the stem is severed. Words delivered. Beyond the grasp of the sinner, the beginner, did you see her out there? Fully aware of all that is going on. The battle, it is not yet won, not until the evil is gone. Victim of its own swan song. What could possibly go wrong? What indeed? Man, I can't wait till this is over. It's probably going to be horribly disappointing, but just to be done with this election crap. Well, actually, it's not done because our president is already running for re-election. He's already been having his fucking goddamn fucking rallies and shit. So it's not going to stop. It's just there's not going to be quite as many commercials on TV telling me vote yes on Idaho horse racing, vote on I-631, And then I won't have companies like Avista Utilities sending basically threats to people saying, we're going to raise your prices if you give us this carbon tax. Well, you know what? I voted for the carbon tax. So fuck you, power companies that think that you're just going to run around and do whatever the fuck you want and just steamroll over everybody. Well, your threats have fallen on deaf ears here. I know that people aren't going to vote for it because they were told that their electric bills will go higher. So, a lot of crazy stuff. This election is just nightmarish. Everyone is throwing mud, slinging it, boom, 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 every day, in and out. It wears on the mind. Reminds me of when George W. was reelected and just how I was like, nobody is going to vote this guy back in. And then they did it anyway. So I fell into a deep depression, which involved me getting an 8-ball of cocaine and just doing it just nonstop. Because I was like, well, our president's a cokehead. Might as well do a little bit of this. And I did. And that was bad years. Can't let yourself sink into the hole of darkness. Because once you do that, then they've won. And you subject yourself to this punishment, then you're not going to be able to function and you're not going to be able to make any changes in life and all of this. You know, you got to keep your head kind of somewhat straight. And I do that. I smoke a lot of pot. Smoke it all day, smoke it all night. But, you know, I just don't get so fucked up that I can't think anymore, which is what I used to do. I used to just try to get myself so fucked up that I would just deaden my senses and not be able to think about how fucked up shit was. And that just led to felony charges and rehab, sober house, all that. It's not a good idea. Not a good idea. So if today doesn't turn out well, don't drown yourself in the bottom of a bottle. Don't go and get that bag from the street man and just, you know, put it all in vain. You know, don't get your crack pipe out. Don't get your meth pipe out. You know, we're just going to have to pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off. Okay. Now I'm going to do my election poem. Election day. It is election day. Yay? Time to discover who shall go and who shall stay. If you haven't got off your ass by now, you probably will never be saved. Time to vote. Time to vote even if it sounds like a joke. Don't you know that's what they're hoping? To demoralize until our will subsides, so you'll turn a blind eye to these plutocrats. This Democrat is crossing his fingers. There is a foul stench that lingers across the land. It is the miasma of death and destruction, corruption. Your instructions are to vote. Racism has schismed our public consciousness. Are you willing to go along with this, or are you going to fall for their endless parade of tricks? Billionaires try to scare you. They have withheld the truth. All that matters is the bottom line. And the signs are there. If you know where to look, these crooks, they will do whatever it takes to shake and shape our will. They will come and eventually kill us in our beds, breaking bread with Saudis and Russians. There is no question that they do not hold our best interest in mind. We're blind and in the dark, feeling along the ground while paranoid psychotics load rounds in a New Mexico compound. Are they goose-stepping towards the polls, or are they marching towards a bottomless hole? The only goal I have is to do what I can to make sure this plan it is never realized. If we lose, don't commit suicide. Know that this ride it has only just begun. Good versus evil. The war continues in red versus blue battlefields. They will not yield, and neither will I. The spirit of truth will never die. Thank you very much. I hope this election day turns out well. If it doesn't, then, well, what the hell? There's always tomorrow. Thank you very much. This has been Manzoni in the Morning, signing off.